Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, April 18th. I almost said February for one second. What? It's April. We're halfway through April. What? This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting, because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias that you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram. Please go follow me over on there. I also have show notes, links to things that I will be talking about hopefully will be in the show notes. And that will be on my blog. So if you're on YouTube, the link to that will be down below. Or if you're on my blog already, obviously everything is already there. I also work at a yarn store. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas, and I will leave all the website, social media information, all the places if you'd like to check us out online or in person. Either or both of them would be wonderful. We have things to discuss. And I've gotten my first round of multiple mosquito bites. So that's fun. Has nothing to do with knitting. But yes, we have things to talk about. It's warm today. It was cold this morning. It was very oddly whatever. I don't know. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Anyway, if you like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, I'm ahead of my game. All the laundry has been completed. It's not folded, but it's been washed and dried, so we don't even have to worry about the dryer today. What? So good. It's magic. I don't know how that happened. You could do all of those things, none of those things, whatever brings you rest and joy, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. Ooh. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna stick that over there. I moved my table that I put my cup on the past couple weeks, and now, so I'm very living life dangerously and setting my mug of coffee on the floor, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. I think more so is getting fuzz in the coffee or getting my knitting in the coffee rather than spilling it. So I was up super early today, and I just got a start on the day super early, and in comparison to when I normally get up, and I've been very productive. I ran into one little snag on my to-do list of thing I can't really move forward unless I go run some errands. I don't really want to go run errands, but it needs to happen. It's a very small issue. But you know when you're on a roll and you're getting things done and you're like, oh man, I'm just doing so great, and then you realize you need to go get something. I need printer paper, and we don't have any, so such is life. But I was super productive. I got the laundry started early. I did all my stuff. And I am sensing a nap later in my future because I am very tired and my mosquito bites are itchy. And it's that time of year. It's like I need to stop itching them because I will just continue to itch them. There was a random cold front that came through this morning, and it was quite delightful. Quite the surprise. Wasn't prepared for it. And by cold front, I mean it was like a cold wind. So it felt really cold in comparison to what it was before. It made the humidity feel not as hot and muggy. So, knitting-wise, what have I been up to? I did finish something. And if you follow me on my Instagram and saw my stories, you may know what it is. My birds of a feather, it is done. My birds of a feather. I'm hilarious. This is a shawl pattern, an asymmetrical shawl pattern by Andrea Bowery. I used long dog yarn for my main color, the non-mohair, and I used Suburban Stitcher for my mohair. I did, in fact, have extra of my maple color, and you can't really tell all that much. I mean, only if you know and you're looking for it. I did also run out of the one skein. How I use just one skein on this shawl, I have no idea. But I did run out, and I didn't want to wind up the second one just for a total of like 8 garter ridges. I didn't want to do that. I was being lazy, and I also wanted just to keep the yarn in its skein. If I didn't have to wind it up, I didn't. So I went stash diving, and I used some Madeline Tosh, and unfortunately you cannot see, but it is sparkly, and I love it. And it's like the perfect rosy red. I know it looks a little bit more pinky on camera, or from what I can see, but it does match quite well. It's more along the lines of the mohair in darker color, hue, whatever. I have no idea what my bangs are doing. I apologize. My hair is just kind of a mess right now, so we're gonna blame the humidity and whatever. So if they look funky, I don't know what to say. They are just having a mind of their own today, so. But I also didn't cut my hair. It is back in a clip, so in case you were worried. I always, whenever I see people with their hair up, it's like, did you chop all your hair off? And it's like, no, it's just up. I have it back. Because it's hot today. Even though we did have that cold front. We do have lots of garter stitch. We have single strand mohair. We have feather and fan. We have just this Beautimus mass of Beautimus-ness. Very coherent. So I really enjoyed working on this. This definitely was, once I got to a certain point, I was like, I am done. I'm done. I want to be done. I am done. And so I just really had to power through. I loved it. I really did enjoy working on it. I don't mean to say that I didn't enjoy working on it. I also think, actually, I missed out on some of the repeats at the very end, but that's okay. It really doesn't matter. You can't tell when you have it on. When I have it on, I have worn it 2 separate times already. I love it. It smells like Texas sunshine. It's all happy. And it's just so wonderful. So, birds of a feather. If you're looking for a big shawl that involves mohair, would highly recommend that. That and the Bennett Sister shawl. I have not knit one. I have yarned for 2 of them. I have not knit them, but I do know that it is a good pattern. So what else did I work on? We had some random happenstancingness of whatever, I don't know. I worked a lot on one thing I wasn't expecting to, got way more done than I thought I would. I have a new test knit, I cast that on. I've gotten a lot of progress with that. My other test knit, I did not divide for the sleeves. I tried. Again, I tried really hard and I was just too tired. You know, Sunday rolls around and after that week, it's just like, I'm exhausted. I don't have the energy to marathon this knitting right now to be able to say that I divided for the sleeves. It's not worth it. It's okay. I am the only one who is setting this standard on myself, and I don't need to. So I didn't, and that's okay. I don't think I worked on this at all. Did I? I don't think I did. I brought it with me to work on, but I did not actually end up working on it. But that would be my Weekender Light by Andrea Bowery out of Heathered Handmaids in my Farmhouse Sewing Cafe bag. All wonderful things. but I didn't work on it, so I'm not going to show it to you. So, everyone, I didn't work on that either. I don't know where that came from. It was just over there. I'm just trying to tidy up things. You know, I don't know. Anyway, so where do we start? Let's start with this test knit. This is for Melissa of Homebody Fibers. This is the pretty basic ruffle raglan tee. And I am so close to dividing for sleeves, everyone. I think I have like 5 raglan increases left. I am so close. I'm so close. I got a lot done yesterday because, and this doesn't mark my progress yesterday, I moved it there so to help me count, and I wouldn't have to count to 34 every time. I could just count from 10. Or I could just count to 10. Anyway, my point being, I got a lot done yesterday. Yesterday we celebrated Easter with my in-laws. It was really wonderful. We went over for lunch. We played games. I got a lot of knitting done. It was great. This was just mainly what I worked on yesterday. Did I work on anything? Yes, I did. I did work on other things. I worked on this with my in-laws. I worked on something else during church, so. Because yes, I do knit during church, and I am not ashamed. It helps me pay attention. Okay. And I'm not disturbing anybody anyway, so, and if I was, I would stop, but I'm not, so. And everyone at this point expects it of me, I feel like. Everyone just knows that I'm the knitter. And I have some friends that are that have said and pointed out that if I'm with them, if we're hanging out, and if I'm not knitting, then there's something wrong, or like they're worried about me or something like that, which I think is very sweet, and I appreciate that they know that that is just who I am, and they love me for who I am. Knitting all the time, and all the places. Anyway, this is amazing. This color is just, the pomegranate color is just amazing. I'm just working on my raglan, no big deal. That's a sleeve. I believe that's the front. Yes. Ta-da! So yeah, I've got like 4 or 5 raglan increase rows left, and then I will divide for sleeves. So yes, by next week I will have divided for the sleeves. I do promise that. And because it is cropped, who knows, maybe I will have the body done. I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. That's short sleeves. And then I've got amazing little ruffles that I don't know how you do, but I know that it would be very easy because it is a very straightforward, well-written pattern. This is coming out in May sometime, so if you are interested in knitting this adorable tee, ruffle tee, you can keep your eyes peeled, follow Melissa of Homebody Fibers on Instagram, and check out her other patterns because she's got quite a few of them that I want to knit very badly. I just have yet to do that, and I'm just really excited to be able to knit this one for her. I'm using Knitting for Olive Merino, and like I said, in the pomegranate colorway. It looks more, what is this? I would call this like a tomato color. I'm like, I can't get past this. I bring it up every time. It's not a pomegranate color. It's definitely not pomegranate. It's like an orangey tomato. Sun-dried tomato. There we go. I'd say that's accurate. Not pomegranate. But that's okay. They didn't ask my opinion. And like I said last time, there may be pomegranates out there that I am not aware of that are this color, in which case I need to figure that out. I honestly just really need to do the research. You know, I do a little deep dive on pomegranates. Anyway, knitting for Olive, the Pretty Basic ruffle raglan tee. And yes, I am just really loving that. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Woo! Just not used to getting up that early. So my body's like, ooh, you are tired. That, and then getting a good workout in and doing a lot of other things, just staying busy. I am tired, but that's okay. Sitting and talking to you doesn't really require any physical exertion of energy. So, it's fine. Next up, I have my New Testament, and then I have my old, it's not old, I have my other whip that I was not expecting to get a lot of progress on. This episode may be short. Honestly, it may be short, and it is what it is, so we're just gonna keep on moving. Living in my happy bag. I saw this post for this sweater. It was a preview picture of this sweater, and it was by Samantha Gurin. Samantha Gurin Designs. If you have watched this podcast for a while, you would know that I have test knit for her quite a while. Quite a few items, and I love them all very dearly. She is wonderful. She's so sweet, and her patterns are very well written and very adorable. So if you don't follow her, please do. And I'm going to sit like this, and it didn't take very long for my foot to fall asleep. Anyway, so she posted a preview picture of this top. And it was like a silk linen blend or a linen merino blend. I don't know. It was a linen blend of some sort. And it was so cute. And again, if you have been watching this podcast for at least the past couple months, you would know that I don't have very many summery tees. I'm trying to, it's the year of the cardigan and the year of the summery tees. With a few exceptions here and there. But, so it was a summery tee. She said she was gonna be putting out a call soon. She posted the call. I was like on it. I knew what yarn I wanted to use that we had at the shop at Pearly Girls, and I was like, I knew I wanted to use this. I wanted to use this yarn and this color for so long, and now is my time. My time has come. I'm gonna make it, and it's gonna be amazing. So, everyone, I am knitting with this color. We have the pomegranate, and then we have this, which I don't remember what it is, but I know that the ball band I put up here. Haha. Sunset. That is what it is. It is called Sunset. So, everyone, I am test knitting the Salty Air tee, and I'm so excited. We've got so many tees going on. It's great. It is a top-down yoked lace, lace yoke, I should probably say. That's probably more accurate. We do have short rows. I got the yarn. So I got the confirmation that I got it, which is just really amazing. I knew that there were a lot of people who submitted, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it, and I was just very excited that she wanted me to do it, and so I was like, there are 2 skeins of this sunset at work. Can they be set aside for me? Because I'm going to get them, and I'm going to knit this tee, and it's going to be amazing. And so I worked the next day, so then I got them, wound one up, cast it on, and here we are. And that was on Friday. So I worked on it a little bit. The lace is such that I do need to keep track of the rows, so I can't really zone out, which is okay because like it's literally just up here and then everything else is just plain knitting. It's also short sleeved, it's also cropped. You obviously could make adjustments to any or both of those, either or, whatever. You just have to adjust your yardage. I'm using Malabrigo Sussurro, which is the 50% silk, 25% merino, and 25% linen. She called for a fingering weight, but I have gotten gauge with this. I would say that this is it's labeled as a DK sport weight. I'd say that it is not really a DK, and it's more of a sport fingering weight. But I got gauge, and that's all that matters. And yes, I did check. I didn't do a gauge swatch, but I started and then I checked it. And I've continued to check it. I am aware. I do know. I don't do gauge swatches, but I do use my started piece as my gauge. So, and that's all that really matters in the end. So I'm super excited about this. It is just beautiful. This is what I have so far. I have my little cinnamon roll from Little Bitty Delights and this super cute cat stitch marker that I don't even remember it. Pardon my nails. I don't even remember where I got it or who the maker is, but I just really like it. So, and then we have my little cinny roll. Ta-da! So, I'm just loving that. It is a wonderful time. Now I'm super blue. I don't know, or it looks like that in my camera. I don't know if it actually is, but so this is very exciting. The Salty Air Tea by Samantha Gurin. It will be out in June, I think. So yeah, I'm just plugging along, having a real fun time. It was very nice to cast on something new. I think I needed that. I didn't know that I needed that, but because once I started and I was like just really going to town, I was like, oh my goodness, this feels so good. I clearly needed this, so this is just very wonderful, and I'm very much enjoying that. Again, this is the year of the cardigan and the year of the summery tees. I don't know what other summery tees I have in my future. I kind of want to do, like, I don't even know. There are so many cute ones out there. I just don't know. I do have yarn for, I don't know where it went, but I do have yarn for, it's like the Super Simple Summer Top or something like that by Jessame, and it's just a basic like tee. My mosquito bites are so itchy. And I have like a very drapey yarn. It's Folio from, I don't even know. Is this, oh here it is, by Barocco, that I also got from work. So if you're interested in folio, we do have it online. Same thing with the Sussurro. We also have that available online. Or in person if you want to come and check it out. So, I do want to get this started, even though it is a dark color. Like, it's one of those things that, and same thing with the pomegranate and the sunset. I feel like they're vibrant colors. Obviously, wear whatever you want regardless of what time of year it is, but like those colors lend themselves nicely to the fall time and winter time as well. So it works out very well. Woo, excuse me. Oh goodness. I have one project left to talk about. Again, I don't know how long this episode is going to be. It may be shorter. I don't know. Sam found out, Sam is my husband if you're new, he found out about 2 new shows that he wanted to watch. One of them is on Amazon Prime, and the other one is on HBO Max. And we haven't started the HBO Max one, I think. And we're watching the one on Prime, and currently there's only 2 episodes. And now I can't even remember what it's called, so that's not helpful. Ooh, it's like Outer Banks, but it's not. It's like Outer Range or something like that. And I honestly don't really know what's going on. It's very weird. There's a mystery involved. There's a strange hole on this family's land that apparently leads somewhere that they don't know. It's like a dark abyss. If you throw something in, it disappears. I have no idea. We started it and I just like went to town on my Layla cardigan, or my Layla vest, excuse me. It's not a cardigan, there are no sleeves. And I've divided for the fronts and the back. What? Can we even? This doesn't look like anything. But I did finish all the Noro knitting, which kind of made me sad because I was really enjoying it. But I divided for the fronts. Everything's on Scoobies and stuff. I have my front, I've got my back right there, and then I'm working on my left front. I will say that because of me doing it this way, with the Noro being like the body and my other color, which is Barocco Ultra Wool DK. I think it's the DK. I honestly don't remember. Excuse me, I'm gonna yawn again. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. I've kind of, like, I'm obviously still following the pattern, but the parts where it's like telling you to do striping and stuff, I'm completely ignoring and just trying to figure out how to do. So it's been quite the adventure. I think it's been turning out well. I did knit until I ran out of Noro, and then realized that the fronts you knit with the striping sections up a little bit, and then you go to just the solid color. So I didn't do that. I just went straight into the gray, and it's because that's what I had, and I failed to read ahead in the pattern. So that's fine. I just really love this so much. I think it is beautiful, and I realized that the striping of these 3 Noro skeins were very different. But I kind of love it. I like it that there is no actual rhyme or reason to these stripes. I just really love that. So it is a vest. There are no sleeves. It's kind of got a drop shoulder effect. There will be a little armhole. There will be a collar of some sort. And then also on the side, we have these garter stitch side seam stitches, which has been really nice. It's been super straightforward. If you're going to do the striping as written, it will be very easy. If you're going to do what I have done, there will be a little bit of figuring out what in the world are you doing. It's not bad, but also when you're trying to do it and watch this very strange show that you have no idea what's going on in, can be a little confusing. It's like, do I focus on my knitting instructions and figuring that out, or do I focus on trying to figure out what in the world is going on? There's a big hole. I don't even know what's going on. So it's very interesting. I don't know if I would recommend it necessarily yet. Granted, we've only seen the 2 episodes that are currently available. We're also watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus. That's fun. So this has just been very unexpected. I didn't realize how close I was to finishing the body of this. And so once I realized how close I was like, oh my goodness, This is amazing. I'm just so excited about this now, and yeah, so I'm just having a grand old time over here, and I'm really excited about having this vest, because again, that's another thing I don't really have a lot of, is knit vests, which is a hard word to say. Vests. Gotta get the T in there. Anyway, the Layla Vest by Elizabeth Smith. Sorry, I didn't say that. I'm using Barocco Ultra Wool DK, or just regular Ultra Wool. I think it's actually the regular Ultra Wool. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it's just the regular Ultra Wool. And then I'm using Noro Silk Garden. Is this the... Yes. Color 423. So, I love a good Noro moment. As you can see, I love a good Noro moment. These three are full. There's no more space. And there are random few skeins that are in other locations that would not fit in these three. So, oh, I take that back. There's a little bit of space on this bottom one. There's like space for maybe 2 skeins. I love Noro. I love it so much. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but goodness gracious, do I love it so much. And I'm sad that that part of this project is now done, but I am so excited to be able to wear it. I think wearing it is just as much fun as knitting with it, in my opinion. Because usually, just the color combinations are so beautiful, and it's usually something that generates a lot of questions, and just like, wow, those are pretty colors and stuff like that. And I just love knitting with it and wearing it, and I will continue to knit it, and I will continue to wear it. So it's all a happy time. All a happy time. In other news, I don't know if you follow, I would assume you do, but I don't know. I don't want to assume, but if you follow Stephen West, you may have heard of him, especially if you follow this podcast for a while, or any amount of time, really. He released a sweater pattern recently that I cannot remember the name of, but it is a garter stitch sweater, and it is marled, and I need it badly. I need that, and I need the bubble cardigan, and I need a lot of his other sweaters just because they look like such fun stash busters. I wanted all of them. But this new one is just so cute, and I want to make it so bad, and I just need to, I think I need to get more things off my needles first. And then I will have a lot of fun pulling together color palettes from my wall of color and my little bits and pieces on this side that you can't see, and I can put all these colors together. I'm so excited. Eventually that day will come. Today is not that day, and that is okay. But I think I need to get some things off my needles. I'd like to finish these 2 test knits because I don't think they will take me very long in the grand scheme of things. So that is my plan. I have lots of other things on my needles, but these are the things that I worked on, and obviously I did finish my Birds of a Feather, so that is huge. And yeah, that is all that I have for you this week. I do apologize if this is a shorter episode, but it is the content that I have, and that is totally okay. So with that, I have all the various social medias. I have show notes and yarn store information that you can check out on my blog. If I have missed anything, or if you just want to say hello, please feel free to send me a message. I always love getting to chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and dealing with my seemingly very unorganizedness. I feel very unorganized, but that's okay. I think I need to go take a little nap and a snuggle with the kitty who is over there on the couch sleeping. So I'm going to go do that. Like a quick power nap. That sounds so nice. Anyway, and I also need to edit this, but that's okay. After the power nap. Thank you for being you. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. I have test knit stuff I want to get done or just make progress on. Obviously, make progress on my Layla Vest because that is just very inspirational, very exciting. I would like to pull my weekender back out and just kind of generally work on that. What else is in here? My Birch Creek bandana, my cruiser cardigan, and then this I can't remember the name of. That's okay. I'd like to work on that. I haven't worked on that in forever. I should do that. Need to figure out where I am in the pattern because that's a thing that applies to everybody, regardless of your level and years knitting. If you set a project aside for a long amount of time, whether that be 3 months, 2 months, 2 years, a year, I don't even know, a long amount of time. We all have to figure out where we are in our pattern. Like, it's not like we can just be like, oh, I remember. No, I have to go back and look at what I'm doing. So keep that in mind. Don't feel bad if you're like, oh man, this takes me so long and this is just the hardest thing to try and figure out where I am in my pattern and I just set it aside for so long and I don't know where I am. It's okay. It happens to everyone. Even those of us who have knit for a long time and knit all the time and just do all that stuff, it happens to everybody. It's very normal. Nothing to be ashamed of. Thank you for being you. You are wonderful. You are enough. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I hope you get some nice rest in. Resting is just as important and just as productive as being and physically doing things that you have written on your to-do list. Resting is just as important. So, with that, I will see you all next week.